And tonight we are joined by Dr. Tammy Greer. She is a political science professor at Clark Atlanta University, and she specializes in civic engagement. Dr. Greer, thanks for your time tonight on News Nation. First of all, put the significance of tonight's runoff elections in Georgia in perspective for us. How important are these races?
These races are very crucial because when we think about the election overall and the significance of the Senate, having two Senate races in Georgia at the same time is really unprecedented in many different ways. And then to put on top of that, then you have the balance of the Senate into play. So the significance of two races here in Georgia being extremely competitive is fascinating from a political scientist perspective and has a great impact on the incoming Biden administration.
And runoff races generally pretty sleepy. They don't get a whole lot of attention, but as you said, there is so much at stake here. So talk to us about turnout today and how it compares historically to runoff races in the past in this state.
So runoff races, overall, from any historical perspective, when you look at any state, generally speaking, has a lower turnout than a general election. So in the general election here in Georgia, as was reported a little bit ago, there are about 7 million plus registered voters here in Georgia. However, just about 5 million folks voted in the general election. And so we'll see a drop off here in Georgia for this particular election. At the same time, there's the high number of turnout, even though it's lower than the general election. So when we had early voting, having over 3 million people to vote early in this runoff, including around the holiday, as comparing that to the early vote count in the general election is actually very, very impressive. One of the things to look out for right now is what is the vote count for today? How many folks turned out to vote on election day today, and see how that will compare to see if we will have close to general election numbers.
And certainly something to celebrate. About 75,000 additional voters registered to vote in this election. Many of them turned 18 after the November election. What is motivating voters in Georgia to show up to the polls to vote in these two Senate runoff races? Is it a referendum on President Trump and the incumbents? Is it both?
I tend to, as a political scientist, I see it as to see that people are paying attention to Georgia. So when we think about the elections overall in this country, we really don't look at the Southeast other than Florida for any type of quote unquote excitement when it comes to the election. However, Georgia has been a competitive state for quite some time. We've just been a sleepy competitive state. So there are a lot of eyes on Georgia. We understand the significance of having two Senate seats and then the balance of ideological power in the Senate and how that will impact long-term policy for the Biden administration, as well as looking at judiciary seats. So there's a bunch of different factors. COVID-19 plays a role, the economy plays a role, healthcare overall. So there are many different policies that come into play, as well as to understand, Georgia is much more exciting than we've been known to be. So to see the shift in all that we have in the demographics and the folks moving to Georgia are having great climate, industry moving here. So you have a big shift in the folks that are here in Georgia, as well as to understand the electoral politics in Georgia is also shifting along with that demographic.
Finally, Dr. Greer, today's runoff, of course, is not the end. In fact, Kelly Loeffler's seat is up again for the 6-year term in 2022. So depending on how things shake out tonight, you say the next 2 years will be critical for President-elect Joe Biden and his agenda. Walk us through that.
Absolutely. So if Georgia has a split where you have one Democratic or one Republican senator going to to Washington, D.C., then you can see that the Biden agenda will have a tougher time to get through. So depending on how the majority leader in the Senate will tend to use and wield his power, you could have some more compromise or attempt to compromise on some of those initiatives. If you have both Senate seats to go to the Democratic candidates, and then you have the vice president to be the tiebreaker, then you can see perhaps a bit more of the Biden administration policies that may be implemented. At the same time, we have to understand that not every Democrat votes the same. It's not a monolithic party. So you still may have compromise within the Democratic Party inside of the Senate for some of those initiatives for the Biden administration.
Well, a lot to digest as we're looking at these razor-thin margins. Finally, just last second, do you have any predictions? Do you think we'll have results, final results, and finality tonight?
Oh, no, not tonight, because we have no excuse absentee ballot here in Georgia. So you have people that receive their ballots in mail and drop those off or put them in the mail. So depending on that count, depending on how many ballots that is, and then our overseas ballots with our military, depending on the margin between the two candidates, then you will have those other ballots that should be counted. So it could go into tomorrow. So I would really ask everyone to be patient with the results as they come in. It's important to get it correct and have an accurate count than to get it speedy, and then there'll be mistakes later.
The virtue of patience. Dr. Tammy
Yes.
Greer, Assistant Professor of Political Science at Clark Atlanta University. We appreciate you staying up late for us tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.